So a few things to keep in mind. Um, First of all, you always want to be yourself when you're DJing, whether it's on a dance floor for an exchange, an application for an exchange. If you don't like hardcore trap music, then you shouldn't be adding hardcore trap music to your playlist, even if you think that there's a song in that area that will increase your chances for getting the gig. Um, I think it's important if you want to be a DJ to be yourself and to just keep applying yourself to creating sets. And eventually, you should be able to find things that work as long as you keep at it. So you need to keep to your interests. But as fusion DJs, we all have pretty wide interests, so that should lend itself to creating a variety of a set. And if you're creating a fusion set, you definitely want a significant amount of variety. Um, Within that variety, you do want to try to tailor your interests to the people you are applying to. So if you're applying to Seattle Fusion Festival or Mile High Fusion or DJX or uh, Misconnections or um, Bay Area Microfusion, um, what you have to remember is that you are sending a playlist of music to an individual or a small group of individuals, and you're going to want to know at least a little bit about them and what they want. Um, and a lot of people who decide these things aren't necessarily the kinds of people that are like, yes, I need to make sure all the music is the stuff that I like. I know for me, when I'm helping to decide who's DJing at our local event, I definitely want a diversity of people who have different interests. Especially if I'm DJing, I don't want somebody to sounds like a clone of me. So I have my little area and my specific preferences that people like, and then other people have a slightly different sound, and then it ends up being like a nice variety throughout the evening. But that being said, when you're taking into consideration who you're applying to, you want to know who it is who's going to be reviewing your music. You should know who that is. Usually, that will be somebody who's a dedicated music coordinator. Oftentimes, it is the head organizer, because a lot of people who organize like having control of the music, which is fine. Um, that's their prerogative, and a large part of our dance is music driven. So um, having whether it's an individual music coordinator that's not the lead organizer or it's the lead organizer themselves or doing it in a team, you want to know who it is that you're sending the music to, because if you're applying to DJ X versus Seattle Fusion Festival, they're two very different individuals or groups of individuals who are deciding who's going to be DJing. So you do want to try to tailor your set within your interest, within your flow to those people. So like I keep using the example of DJX. DJX, one of the things that they really try to push is wider variety. So maybe you like music that is stuff that we don't normally dance on a fusion dance floor, like I don't know, maybe psychedelic rock or 80s new wave or drum and bass or uh, Appalachian folk music. Um, when you apply to something like DJX, you can find a way to fit a song like those in there, assuming that it's danceable enough, right? Uh, and they're going to look at that with a level of appreciation, probably a little bit more than somebody on another area of the country that is not trying to push the boundaries of the extremities of what we can possibly dance to, and wants to just more make sure that you're going to create a quality set of quality music. So that being said, you do absolutely need some sort of variety. You can't just have all chill step or all turquoise alt blues or all sort of funky glitch. You know, it can't be like all Marion Hill and all Flume and all Weekend or all R&B or whatever it is. Uh, you definitely want to show that you are able to play all of these things um, in a way that makes sense in terms of a flow of the set. Um, so there's that aspect. The other aspect for me, this goes to, I think, what's one of the core key things of being a fusion DJ is being really up on the music. So for me, I'm filming this on April 21st. This application is due as April 25th. Now, I am admittedly a procrastinatingly, very procrastinatory person, and I in many cases would wait till the last minute. But in this case, I was actually pretty prepared to do this a few weeks ago, but I actually wanted to wait until now because Fridays are the days when a lot of new music comes out. So I wanted to actually wait until yesterday, Friday, came and all the new music came out because there was a whole bunch of Bishop songs that dropped. There was a Billie Eilish song, this song right here. Billie Eilish did a collaboration with Khalid, and this song is really good. And I'm most likely going to be adding it into my set, which if I had done this 3 weeks ago, wouldn't have been part of it. So um, this is the aspect of fusion that I think really sets apart the best fusion DJs versus not necessarily the best fusion DJs by reputation, but the people who are actually really the best at providing the best variety of music on the dance floor is being super up on the music last second. Like, if you're DJing on a Saturday, there's a good chance that there's probably a song you should have obtained within the past 24 hours that you're playing that came out on Friday or came out that week before. It's not always going to happen like that, of course, but there's just so much good music that's always coming out. There's no reason to not play new music that's good. Okay, so then let's talk about the variety and the flow. Again, with 10 songs, you don't quite have the flexibility to create quite the range of variety that you want, but you should still be able to mix it up pretty good. So this is my flow. My style and my preference is more melodic, uplifting, pretty. When I apply to DJ, I have a bio. In my bio, what I write is really kind of how my DJ philosophy in terms of my style. Aims to bring a variety of sounds with a general theme of music being ethereal, emotional, and uplifting, and the goal of every set to give every dancer feeling like they just experienced something epic. So that's what I want. I want you to feel like, holy shit, that was so freaking epic. And sometimes I can actually give people that effect, which is really cool. And I'm very happy that I'm able to do that. So that's just kind of my style. Is, you know, I'm not going to be playing anything that is going to be confused with more grimy, dirty, or funky. I'll certainly play songs that have some funk in it, and I'll certainly play songs that have some darker tones in them. But you know, when you think of like really kind of like dirty, nasty, down in the trenches, like hip hop and rap. Most of you watching this probably aren't familiar with this, but Dark Jungle. Like if you listen to Dark Jungle, it's just kind of really evil, you know. Um, Again, something like thrash metal, uh, stuff like that is just not stuff that I particularly enjoy. And again, none of that would really apply specifically to fusion because you're not really going to dance to most of that stuff. But some of the more hip hop stuff that gets played occasionally is stuff that I don't particularly like personally. So I'm not saying that that's bad. If you like that and that's your style, you can make it flow, then throw it in there. But just to give you an idea of my set, so you understand, like, oh, why aren't I putting something in that's kind of that varied? That's why. I think if you try to force variety, it ends up being too disjointed. You know, some DJs do that purposefully to shock people. Like, let's play like a super soft, gooey love song, and then let's just screw everyone up by playing, you know, electro swing. To me, I think I understand the thought process behind that, but that's, again, not something that I'm particularly fond of. Anyway, so let's get to the set here. So I've preloaded 15 songs, and I'm actually going to put another one that I found. Tut Tut Child Oracle. Here we go. And so now I have 16 songs that I need to cut to 10. And there's a couple of songs that I'm 100% sure I'm keeping in. Behind the Glass, we'll just play a little. This song is just, like, this song is just amazing. This song is staying in, right? Just, there's 10 seconds of just, like, you can just hear, and, like, throughout the whole song, it just builds, and it's pretty and beautiful, and it's awesome. Hurricane Love is a really nice song.
It was so loud.
We'll fast forward here.
She's at it again.
It's a little bit electronic, like mostly acoustic. Kind of has that real defined pulse that those of us, at least in this part of the world, define as turquoise, where it's got a really nice blues pulse. It's obviously not a blues song, but this is how we describe turquoise in Los Angeles and Southern California. Maybe other places. So this song is also another very lovely song. I'm not sure if I'm going to fit it before Behind the Glass. So I have one super, like, chill, glitchy song. I have one kind of more down-tempo, lovey-dovey turquoise song. So now I need 8 other songs. I do want at least one song that's more, like, delineated blues, if that makes a sense. Like, more blues than alt. So that is probably going to be one of these 2 songs here. Young Rising Sun's Whiskey or Dermot Kennedy, Young and Free. And they're both really good songs, so let me listen through parts of both of them. And
I can barely speak, barely hold my head up now. I feel buried in shadows trying black.
This song is so good.
I've been carrying this bottle, but it weighs me down. My addictive personality finally got the best of me. Spun around, tipsy in my hands are tied. So I turn to her, tell myself it's just a vice. Cause I know that she's no good, but I am hypnotized. Her lips are a distillery and she put whiskey in the water. I tried to find a waterproof stronger. I'm pinned against the altar, wrestle with emotion, but every time I try.
So I hear, like, the synthesizer in the background there, and I can identify it still has a fair amount of electronica in it. So if I feel like Young and Free is on the same level quality but less electronic, so I hear an acoustic guitar. We'll see how this goes. This is a really lovely song.
Where do we go from here? Something came in with the night. Snow came in heavy, my boys and me wandering blind. Yeah. But it's temporary, darling. Now that bridge from Brooklyn to Manhattan heard all our lines. Meant what I said, I want all of this, all of the time. Oh, when I'm gone, at the dune with the dawn, well, that's all I could want. We were young, we were free. Come on now, let it go. We were young, we were free. I was living in the cold, I'm coming home. Perfect line to open with. Our heart was never meant for this. Ooh, we're never.
And we're gonna fast forward just a bit here.
Keep it another for a night. Keep it another for a night. We were free. I was living in the cold. I'm coming home. Perfect line to open with. Our heart was never meant for this. Ooh, we're all I could want.
Just want to see how it ends here.
We were free, yeah, yeah.
And both of these songs are definitely songs that you could play on a
when I'm
fusion dance floor.
At the dune with the dawn, well, that's all I could want.
I'm inclined to keep the Dermot Kennedy song. So what I'm going to do is this, I'm going to definitely pare this down eventually, but what I'm going to do is I'm going to take this song and put it at the bottom. And the idea being I want to play through the playlist one full time to Behind the Glass and see if it fits, and if it doesn't, then I can pull stuff in. I definitely want at least one song that is high energy electronica, and it's probably going to be one of these two. Play Me Like a Violin is really good. I'm going to put that down just because I'm going to put it back up. So this helps knowing your audience. When you know your audience is a big fan of a certain artist, you try to find a way to put that artist in there. And
Let the madness slowly undress. Rip the mask off over our heads.
yeah, it's my hesitation with playing this song is simply that it's a little bit older. And it's crazy to think that a song that's like barely not even 2 months old is older, but you know, my goal is to make this as absolutely fresh as possible. So, but considering my audience, I'm gonna leave it in for the moment. I actually don't remember what this song sounds like.
In the rainstorm.
Okay, so this song is more of that like orchestral, like movie score kind of a sound. I don't know if that actually has a So the reason I moved that down is that the song does almost nowhere for 2 minutes. And on a dance floor that you're building for an hour plus, you can make that work. But I think in a 10-song set, having 2 minutes of just kind of nothing is going to bore the listener. So that's why I moved it down. And again, I'm not removing anything until the very end, so it still could be good here. So a song in a foreign language with some world beat type stuff is good. Definitely having at least one song with some sort of Middle Eastern flavoring or Indian flavoring or what you would call a world beat is definitely something that I think puts a nice variety into anyone's set, and I definitely want something like that. The question is, do I want 2 songs like that, or do I want one, depending on how it fits in. This song's a little bit more upbeat, kind of like party-ish. Feverkin's October is obviously a very beautiful song in its own right. It's not really, doesn't really have the world beat kind of thing in it. So I think I'm gonna try to. Oh, there was another. There was another song. This one.
Jour, la nuit, je danse avec le vent, la pluie, un peu d'amour, dans cette douce souffrance dont j'ai payé toutes les offenses. Écoute comment mon cœur est immense, je suis un enfant du monde.
So both these songs are a little older too. So a lot of this also depends on whether these songs have been played or not. And this is where I'll go to the Fusion DJ setlist page and just do a basic search and see if anyone has played it. And it doesn't look like it has. I've played Zaho before. So this is the Zaho song that I have played.
Mais je n'ai plus le temps d'haïr, car je sais que la retourne, retour à la place des pas, la retourne, tôt ou tard tout se bat, la retourne, retour à la place des pas, la retourne. Quand le présent m'échappe, le temps coule dans tout le beau temps roule. J'essaie de tourner la page, plein de paysages. Je rattrape le temps, porter mes joies et mes peines. Et je laisse la vie m'emporter, je laisse ma plume me donner la plume lorsque je touche. J'essaie de tourner la page, avec des mots je rends hommage.
So I think I'm gonna take out this one for sure, because I just don't feel like I can make it work with this list. Let's come back to it. Of course, I'm adding songs, not removing them. I think it's safe for me to remove this one. As good as I think that is, if you're gonna play a song like that, it's got to be to a certain level that is above and beyond. Can I keep this on top? Doesn't look like I can. Maybe I can do this. No, doesn't look like I can. All right, well, let's come back to that. Dima is the most recent song. The song is so good. I'm probably gonna keep it.
Forget into you feel it all.
More of a Westie song. Since I'm also building a Westie list, I'm gonna add that there. Oh, it's already there. Oh, it's already there. I'm gonna drop it down. I'm not gonna remove it. Having one Westie-ish song in your application is also not a bad idea, because the idea with creating this set is you want to inspire a variety of dances, right? So I've got some bluesy stuff and pulsy stuff, but having something that's more like a defined West Coast swing, or allows for more West Coast swing movement like that, is definitely something I want to offer my dancers, and definitely something I want to show to the music coordinators that I can incorporate. My cat just knocked over my thing there. That I can incorporate a West Coast swing type song into a fusion set. Okay, so
I guess I gotta stay. I can't.
Such a good song. I'm really feeling I'm going to keep this one in, just because I really like this song. It's a bit long at 4:49, but man, it's really good. So, leading out of this, such a high energy song, I want something a little more down tempo, but I want it to match up with the end, so there was like a little woodwind flute kind of a sound. So I want my next song to kind of have that sort of feel. It's not the worst, but not the best.
Taking it in, decided to fit you. I wanna do what you do.
This might be a good lead into the next one, right? Right. Yeah, that's a good lead in there. From this one to this one. Good. All right, so that flows really well. Now, Dream in Color. Let's just listen to it.
Your voice echoes in my mind. I get lost in every line. Oh, raindrops ringing in my head become a melody instead. All my life, when I close my eyes, it's always been in black and white. But tonight, you make me dream in color. You make me dream in color. You make me dream in color. You make me dream in You make me dream color. Dry bones broken in your hand. You bring me back to life again. Oh, I feel the secrets on your skin. I need your heart to let me in. All my life, when I close my eyes, it's always been in black and white. Make me dream in color. You make me dream in color. It's doing from the inside. I give a bit more shoulder. It's feeling from the inside. It's moving from the inside.
We were free.
So again, two more bluesy songs at the front. I want to remove this, but it's so good, and I think it's going to lead really well into Play Me Like a Violin. And that's a really lovely transition right there as well. Nope. That was not good. Not good. So let's listen to that transition again into the next song. So it is possible that I could remove Young and Free as well and keep Inside. Ooh.
Your voice echoes in.
Wait, was that piano at the end? So, oh, just got shit. Man, that song is so good. Just got chills. There was a light piano at the end and a female vocalist chanting. And you have a female vocalist chanting here.
Your voice echoes in my mind. I get lost in it. Drops my eyes. It's always been in black and white.
I used to think that if you were gonna go bald, there was nothing you could do about it.
And yeah, there we go. There's the old commercial, Reno. We'll just bring that down like that.
Written by a doctor, delivered to your door, all for just $5. Go to 4hims, forhims.com/deal.
So we're gonna.
Spotifyers, click or tap the banner to
I think "Play Me Like a Violin" is actually gonna work here. The problem is that, like, all 16 of these songs,
in theaters April 20th.
I could play in an hour-long set.
Some take the
I mean,
expected
probably would
pause,
take out one of the
and there
Zaho
are
songs and
those
put
who
back in
choose to
something
blaze a
else,
trail of
but
their own. In the 2018 Volvo XC60, its genuine leather seats cradle the driver, while intuitive touchscreen controls put everything within reach.
yeah,
All
these
in a
five
meticulously
flow really
crafted
well.
Scandinavian cabin that's accented with Nordic wood trim and a panoramic moonroof that comes
And
standard.
I'm
The
thinking,
2018 Volvo XC60, our idea of luxury. Step inside it today,
don't know
only
what
at
I'm
your local
thinking.
Volvo dealer.
Smaller size,
Oh, jeez.
same great fresh taste. With Tropicana single serve OJ, you can enjoy the delicious taste of pure.
yeah, I could just mute my desktop audio. That's what I thought there. All right, here we go. All right, so let's Dream in Color.
Your voice echoes in
Checking Flaming Like a Violin. It's not bad. Let's...
Quand le présent j'essaie de tourner la page. Paysage.
So again,
Make me dream. You make me dream. Color.
no, that doesn't really work. This one actually worked.
You make me dream. Color. You got me so bored, just watching you dance. Started to find you. I wanna do what you do.
So I'm thinking at the end of this song is going to actually mix pretty well into what it's on this song. Yeah. So like a synthesizer organ. Like West Coast swing world beat, right? So it kind of hits both. Let's just make sure the feel of it's good. Yeah, this is good, right? So it's like a little mini. Alright, so I'm like thinking 8 million things at the same time here. We're going to bring this guy over here. So what I want to know here is the BPMs of Dream in Color, Be Like You, and Dima. I don't trust BPM counters. That's the normal time, and obviously the dubstep part goes in half time.
You make me dream in color. You make me dream.
So it actually fits. 67 BPM at half timing 135 or 134 it might be. This is actually a pretty slow dubstep song. So let's check this one here.
Feel your hear what you said, round in my head, making me sober. apart right from the
Alright.
start. Nobody knew
Let me just
that.
write this from 6
Give
to 7
it a
to
chance, no
85.
I cannot.
And we want Dima to be hopefully somewhere in the 90s? Maybe low hundreds?
Je pense Dima, Dima, Dima. Même si tu n'es plus là, ta douleur est mienne. Et c'était qui me fait oublier ça. Quand les rêves me fait mal, car au fond de moi-même, je veux que tu me reviennes. Dima, Dima, Dima. Même si tu n'es plus là, ta douleur est mienne. Et c'était qui me fait oublier ça. Quand les rêves me fait mal, car au fond de moi-même, je veux que tu me reviennes.
It doesn't feel quite that slow, that fast.
Can't get away from. Let the madness slowly undress. Rip the mask off over our heads. We can dive down deeper instead. I said, hey girl, I'd like to stay here for a while, just you and I. Far from the places we can't get away from. She said, hey boy,
Yeah, dude.
boy, I like your style. I'll let you play me for a while. Play me till the sun rises. Play me.
Yeah. If you really want to build this right, it takes a long time, which is why I'm not listening through every single song every time I'm playing it, right? The question was, or the statement was, reminds me of how I'm still spending hours going over Mile High Fusion application. Yeah. Hopefully this won't take me too much longer. But I need to cut down 5 more songs. So that's actually, let's check the transition here. Again, I didn't like that transition, so let's look at the transition here. So, what I'm looking for is something like some sort of interesting percussion right away, or weird, not weird, but like that sort of like modulated synthesizer sound. I want something like that next.
I've been on the top, but I can't. We could be looking for something else. We could be
Yeah, so I think that transition might be good. Let's actually go from the last like 30 seconds maybe. All right, let's.
Your oracle, your oracle, your oracle. Let me be your oracle. It's not what it seems.
comment here I want to respond to because this is a good comment is set list that rises and falls, typically open with a bit of energy, sometimes percussion, sometimes with a bit of build. How much you want to rise and fall, of course, is 10 songs. Yeah. So my feeling is like I always want to start with something very neutral. Like this is why like a safe turquoise mid-tempo, like 75 to 85 BPM turquoisey bluesy kind of song, which is why that's sort of the baseline that I'm starting with. And then I'm ending with Behind the Glass because this is like my song. Like this is the song that is like kind of defining my year. And for me, it's like if you think that this song is good, then like we're on the same page. And if you're not liking how I'm playing this one song, then you know, I mean, that's just kind of how I'm viewing music, right? So in terms of rising and falling, I'm sort of letting the individual songs dictate how that's going. So going back to my my BPM counter here, it was Dream in Color, Be Like You, and Dima are 67, 85, and 118. But the thing is that Dream in Color is 67 at halftime with higher level of energy. So it's kind of more like, and also the song in the middle is going up and down. So it's like half 67, half 135. So like when I go to the Brood song, which is more mid-tempo, it's going to just be more that's more steady space. And then Dima is probably going to be the highest tempo song steady throughout, which is a real West Coast swing song, and even pretty quick at the West Coast swing tempo at 118. But if I don't have these faster songs, then my set is overall just way too slow, because everything I'm playing is much slower. The Feverkin song's really slow. Everything's really slow. Hurricane Love is not that slow. And then I have some.
It's not what it seems. It isn't real. Let it go. In your eyes, I see it now. See it now. Let it go.
So the question with this song is, does this song in and of itself have enough variety and movement in it to actually fit in this application?
Let me be your. I see through your eyes, I see it now. Let it go. It's not what it seems. It isn't real. Let it go. I see through your eyes, I see it now. Let it go. It's not what it seems. It isn't real. Let it go.
I definitely want to try to incorporate at least one song that is sort of like trap deeper into this set. So I'm just going to look at the most recent one I've listened to. So let's check this one out.
As I dive in, bloodstains wash. Keep holding out for the other side.
Painting Grays, 133 BPM. That doesn't sound right.
And I know I'll fall asleep in the pillows.
This, okay, this is why. So the question here is Painting Grays 133 beats per minute, as a DJ program said it? How about that? It looks like it actually is. But the thing is, like, it's just like dubstep. Are you gonna really dance at full tempo, or are you gonna dance?
Times like this, you just take it slow.
You gonna dance at 66 and a
Fall
half.
asleep in the pillows.
Yeah. So, well, it's both. It's legitimately both. And this is actually,
Got my heart
this is like,
chokehold.
this is why songs like
And there she goes.
Dream in Color and Painting Grays are good, because you have both
Heart that
67
pounds
beats
like a
per minute
stereo.
and 133 beats per minute, or 68 and 135, or 67 and a half, or whatever.
Round and round like the
It's variety of tempo within the song. Technically the way the song is structured is
Here we go.
at the regular time is the higher level, and then you're just half timing beats. You're playing like half notes instead of quarter notes, and so the beat feels half time. But yeah. Well, that's true. Mix was not wrong. Okay.
I feel like keep running around. We could be lost.
It was so loud. Do you hide in the of this hurricane love?
I've been we could be lost.
But you could actually put this
We could be
How does this transition to Hurricane Love?
running high, it's rain, changing, running, changing lights, get barriers, we're floating free.
It was so loud
It's not the best, but it's not the worst.
as we run around this empty town. And we get drowned.
Okay, so if I take if I take these, oh no,
Headed
no,
back
if
to
I take
my
these four off,
house, feeling so wild.
I need to cut two more.
You got me calling for that real love, like a whirlwind.
Okay, so
You got that hurricane love, the way you're taking me up. You got me hooked on your higher love,
okay, so
just
I
like
need to
a
cut
beat
two
in
more.
my heart.
So probably
you're
one
my
of the first
hurricane
two,
love.
probably.
Yeah, we just do what we want, and in the end we can break it up. Oh, I just can't get enough.
It's when I can't drop that. This is how, cruising and enjoy a little
cut this one.
It's making
And the reason I'm going to cut this one is that, while I think it's still very good and worthy of a dance floor, it's got more of that, like, kind of just folk sitting around a fireside vibe to it, like lighter in the air kind of a thing. Less danceable than Young and Free.
Darling, now that bridge from Brooklyn
like-
to Manhattan heard all our lines. She said to me, stays with me, never to die.
That real deep, thick pulse, even though it's more electronic.
the cruising and enjoy a little
It's kind of like, you hear
It's
those, like,
when
the
I'm moving from
maracas.
the inside. I'm moving from the
Maracas.
inside. I'm really feeling from the inside. It's moving from the inside. To move, this is how wanna get lost, gonna try,
I could try this
gonna
is
light it
I'm gonna take it
up
out.
till I'm burning all night.
I thought I had 12 more songs, not 13, but I got that. Okay.
Where do we go from here? Something came
So yeah, in
in
terms
with
of a rise
the
and fall in this
night.
set, this basically is just going to start, what I'm going to do is start mid-tempo,
Snow
bring it
came
down,
in
bring it up,
heavy,
and
my
then bring it
boys
down
and
again.
me
That's-
wandering
So it's
blind.
going to look like,
Yeah. But it's temporary, darling. Now that
Like
bridge from
that.
Brooklyn to
so
Manhattan
starting
heard
mid-tempo,
all our
going down a bit,
lines.
bringing it all the way up. And then
Meant what I said, I want all of this. All
let's make sure this transition's good as we fall in. So let's see which one transitions better. True, as we fall. I feel like this would fit better with Play Me Like a Violin, so like it might go good here.
I've been on the top, but I laid low. Already know, so low. Running high,
I feel like
it's
this
right.
would work here.
So-
The hurricane launches of water.
I've been on the top, but I laid
Wait.
Oh, you're my hurricane love. Yeah, we just do what we want.
So
I've been
what we
on
have
the
here is an
top, but
acoustic
I laid
bass
low.
and a female
Ignoring all
vocalist.
the signs if you say so. I don't miss a thing, I already know, say it ain't so.
We actually just do this. Let's check the BPMs.
I've been on the top, but I laid low.
I think that was good.
Ignoring all the signs
That was a
if
good
you
transition
come
there,
around,
actually.
But I still tell. But I can't help looking for something more. I'm running in circles, keep coming back to you. Watching waves keep moving when we could be water.
So I'm counting it at 150, but it's really going to be halftime at this. 1, 2, 3, 4,
We could be water.
5.
We could be water.
And this is something I didn't really think about when I was thinking about building this set is when I build a set, I am on this freaking website, all8.com, tools, bpm.htm, for checking the BPMs all the time. And this is really the best way to make sure that your BPMs are not going out of whack. So we're at 75 there. How does this song end? Super glitchy, right? I might have to take the Glitch Mob song out as much as I really don't want to. I might have to take out those two. How does this transition play me like a violin? Yeah.
This fire mouth.
Let's listen to that again. I feel like it's too much of a sharp transition. It's like I really want this freaking Glitch Mob song in here. Let's check the BPMs of the Glitch Mob song and see if we can just check where the BPMs are. Let's check the transition here. So this might work.
You make me dream color.
I feel like I have too much just slower stuff. So in terms of like, do I want to take out the higher tempo stuff or the lower tempo? I feel like I'm inclined to just take out the lower tempo song here. Alright, so let's give it one big listen to again.
In the silence, we were free. I was living in the cold. I'm coming home.
I did not even realize this was 2/4 until I started playing it now. Normally I wouldn't want to start with a song in 3/4, but I think it really fits with this set. Okay, we have the new Billie Eilish song. This Billie Eilish song is literally 24 hours old. Really pretty.
Ladies need a place to hide.
Feverkin's October song. Oh, so good. So good. Blends really well into Dream in Color.
But tonight, you make me dream in color.
We were able to save the Glitch Mob song. The other thing I was worried about the Glitch Mob song is putting it right next to Zaho Dima because they're both well over 4 minutes, but putting Be Like You in between it. I just love that song so much. I can't not include it. It has to be in there. Good feel. slow swing vein. Kind of an upbeat party song, right? And then we have another song that's more mid-tempo. This song is mid-tempo, but it's got a lot of
I'm here with you now, not coming down. Leave my insanity up here in the clouds. Look what we found, oxygen we can breathe. Let the madness slowly undress. Rip the mask off over our. We're so loud, and I know you're my hurricane love. Yeah, we just do what we want.
So there it is. I'm starting. I don't know how you would classify a waltz at 153 beats per minute, but what it ends up feeling is it ends up feeling more mid-tempo, like in terms of blues style dancing. So we're going from here, and then the Billie Eilish and Feverkin songs are really dipping really low, and then we're coming back up with a dubstep song that's really it's pretty slow in terms of when you're half timing the 134.67 BPM on it. But since Feverkin's October song has a lot of like glitchy cool stuff in it, it's not a huge shock once we start bringing in the energy in this song. And then we've got the glitch mob for the super hype. The Brood song. So glitch mob goes from 80 to the Brood song, which is 85. The glitch mob song is probably produced at 160, where you're half timing at 80, but it's still probably you're gonna dance to it at the 80 beats per minute.
Pick it apart, back to the start.
And I'm glad I kept this song in too, because it's got a little bit of that funk flavoring in it. Yeah, so it ends up it's the waltz, and then we drop really far down, and then we kind of pick up the energy pretty big right away. Maintain the energy, waver it a little bit. We get to Dima at peaks, and then we level it back off and then bring it all the way back down. So this is my application for Mile High Fusion for this year, and I hope you guys were able to enjoy. I hope you learned something if you're watching this on YouTube. If you have any questions, please feel free to comment or hit me up on Facebook or social media. And I'm on Twitch a lot as well. So, yep, this will be my set that I will be putting through for my application for Mile High Fusion. And in a future video, I will do a full-on, like, this is how I build a full hour set sort of a thing. It won't be quite as long as this one, because this is like me really doing the nitty-gritty of all of it. It usually doesn't take me this long to actually build a full set, but, you know, just being a little more careful when you're applying. And cheers, have fun, and good luck.